I want to qualify something for you martial arts instructors out there today. And I want to encourage you at the same time. If you've ever dealt with students that had other desires and or ambitions outside of your dojo, your dojang, to pursue a career outside of what you teach. First of all, let me preface it by saying this. I personally, in my entire martial arts career, have never lost a student because I couldn't teach. Because I was not a good teacher or great teacher or an effective teacher. Never have I. I've never lost a student out of anger. Not from me, I'm saying from them, because of something I did or didn't do. Never have. But understand, comprehend this, my friends. Students come and they go. And I know you can relate to what I'm saying. Some people are shopping for something. Some people are curious about martial arts and don't really know what they're looking for. They don't know what they're getting into. And every once in a while, you'll find that one that fits. You'll find that individual, that student, that potential student that is yearning to really, really learn what it is that you have to offer. But you get the other ones as well. Those who seem to know more than you as the instructor know. Who have never done martial arts in their life or who have never walked in your shoes. Or who has watched a lot of information online and books and movies and so forth, and they think that they can out-talk you, or they want to insert themselves while they're in the class with you as if they know something. You know the old expression or metaphor, empty your cup so you can taste what's in my cup. You know that, don't you? There are those types of students, sort of narcissistic, if you will. Well, I've experienced those students as well. A few of them had to put someone out of my class before, out of my school, because they thought that they couldn't be taught anymore. Understand, comprehend this, what I'm about to say to you. And I'm speaking of myself right now. I don't know how this applies to anyone out there listening to me, but understand, comprehend what I'm getting ready to say to you. It's this. I don't teach everything to my students if they're not ready for it. I don't teach certain secret things to my students if they're not ready and if they're not worthy. But you must understand, you must comprehend that there will be people who will come into your class who are trying to get those things out of you. And when you don't share those things with you, or when they believe you have more to give and you won't in their time, they go out venturing. They go out searching to get something real quick. But let me say this. You must go through the process. Learning is a process. It's ongoing and it never ends. And if you think that you can get it overnight, you are delusional. You are deceiving yourself. I've been in martial arts for 50 years. I'm a grandmaster. I have created a system of my own. It's well known. And I'm still a student. Check that one out. I learn from my students as well all of the time. But you have instructors whose egos are so inflated they can't learn anything. Well, I'm a black belt to the 10th degree, 11th to 12, and so forth. I'm Grand Poobah in martial arts. I'm a guru. I'm a doctor. I'm Soki. I'm whatever. You can't tell me anything. Stick their fingers in their belt and they walk around like they're tough stuff. I don't know of any real masters, senseis, shifus, grandmasters, and doctors in martial arts that are like that. There are some who proclaim to be those titles, but there's a certain amount of humility one must have to really fit the bill as a martial artist. And they are few and far between. And then there's everybody else. So what I'm getting at in this video is this. You'll have students who are seeking fame, and they're thinking that they're not getting it fast enough or won't get it from you, or you're going to deny it to them. Beware of those students. And I just lost a student not too long ago because he is looking for fame. He is looking for trophies and recognition. And I guess he wasn't getting it fast enough. And I'll never personify anyone on here. I won't mention anybody's name. But if they're watching my video, they know who they are, because while they're watching the video, they would be doing it in shame. And they would be afraid to confront me, because I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm going to shoot right from the hip. They have guilt that they're carrying, and they know this. But let me tell you from my experience, this is not my first student who's gone through this before. I'm going to be an MMA fighter. This is a student. I'm going to be a world champion. I'm going to be XYZ. Let me tell you something. And this is me to you. Everyone that's listening to me now, instructors alike. Martial arts, when you get to a certain level, it's a spiritual thing. Once you bind to an instructor who's on a spiritual plane, and I am, that's not bragging, it's just the truth. When you're on a spiritual level in martial arts, when a student comes your way, either for the right reason or the wrong reason, some of you fall on them, and they know. They know who you are and what you really represent. And if they don't have your sanctioning, if they don't have your blessings when they leave you, they won't be as successful as they believe that they're going to be, because they left your ranks in disrespect. I'm serious. It would be better that they had never signed on to you in the first place. Now, I'm talking about real instructors. I'm not talking about fly-by-night guys. I'm not talking about those comic book instructors. I'm talking about real instructors who offer value. When they come my way, you'll never find a teacher like me. Now, another teacher can say that about themselves, but I'm speaking about me. You'll never find another teacher like me to offer you things beyond just kicking and punching and throwing and so forth, and joint locks and manipulations and so forth. You never find a teacher like that. What you want is superficial. I'm going to win a belt, a trophy, a gold medal, silver, bronze, whatever. I'm going to get my name in a paper, a magazine article perhaps. Does that really mean anything? Let me tell you something. I have over 200 trophies and medals myself personally before I quit competing on a regular basis. They get dusty, they fall apart after a while, or stowed away, or even given away or shared. They don't mean anything to me anymore. It's the lesson that I carry with me for the rest of my life. It's the lesson that I learned. The thing that forged my character as a human being. That's the lesson. What did you learn from that tournament? What did you learn from the class? You see, we're all going to get old one day, my friends. And when you're no longer able to do Ippon Seoinage and Taitoshi and Kibadachi because of your hips or your legs or your knees or what have you, or Idan Apchagi, whatever. If you're not able to do these things, or Chung Choi or Chi Sao, when you're not able to do these things the way you did in your younger days in the arts, what do you have left? That's what you should rest on. That's spiritual development, if you ever had it in the first place. So while we're out here chasing trophies and awards and fame and glory, you might just be chasing your own tail, leading you in a circle. I just wanted to share that with you. You will have instructors that have students from time to time. They want to be the big I am. And I won this championship, and I'm the national champion, the world champion, and all this other stuff. But are you a champion in your family? Are you a champion in your neighborhood, your community, in your city? What are you doing for the people, and not just simply what you're striving to do for yourself? Ask yourself that question. Now, let me tell you these things that I just mentioned to you. You don't do them because you think it should be done or it's expected. You do it because it's who you really are. That was it. And that was all. Stop chasing fame. Stop chasing trophies, because they will and it will elude you. Take your time. Go through the process like all of us instructors did, and you will appreciate it even more. This is Brother Teacher. Have a blessed day or evening. So long.